All right, here we go. We've got Alexander here so far. All right, what's up for today? We have Russian nukes, Boobs, McGee, artificial grounding. So there's a lot happening. There's other things as well happening in the news. So we'll give it some time and let people show up. How are you all doing? We'll listen to get to Russia here. Let's see. Share screen. So Russia's been rattling the war sabers. And we know what happened with Crimea too. They had the same thing happening in Crimea. And eventually Crimea went over to Russia's side. I don't know what's going to happen in this one, but Russian nukes, they're rattling their sabers for that. And I just wanted to point that out for people who haven't been around. Ukraine here. It's where they're having their battle. And they took some ground. They're taking it back, and with UN forces. Apparently, there's even American forces in there. I wouldn't doubt if there's Canadian forces in the Ukraine as well. We do a lot of training for a lot of people. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Hi, Max. Have a good week. Happy Sunday to you, Alexander. Okay, Max, please stop. Once he sets his mind on something, he's kind of relentless. Stop it. Okay, so let's move on. Our next thing up here. This is going to be a pretty quick show. Here we go. Protests in Canada. So we've got in Canada what's been deemed, well, there's a teacher making headlines around the world for his attire at school. Let's go to that. Well, did I share the audio? I think I did. Okay, so let's this play.
That's going on. I've learned in Brian Lilly's reporting that the ministry and who else?
You guys hear that okay?
People have reached out to the people at Halton, and the people at Halton School Board are just stonewalling them, just like they're stonewalling the parents. So isn't that wild? Like, this does not look like your run-of-the-mill thing. And the fact that they're not interested in hearing from the government or the ministry or parents or even really students, they're just going to do this. What does that say about education and the state of education? It's very concerning to me what this signals. So here's a better image of the protest, and there's quite a lot of people.
This is the protest.
I know students at some point joined the protest. It looks like there are students here. Like these kids,
Oakville,
these guys look a little
Ontario,
young.
Canada.
But the majority of these people are older, and I'll show you that there are other people who are standing across the street with signs, and all sorts of protests have sprung up about this. Here's the Rebel reporting news.
I love that mask.
Okay, so, and you can hear people in the background saying, I called the principal. And somebody said, yeah, I did too. And here's across the street, mothers at an Oakville Trafalgar High School hold signs that read, inclusivity is no excuse for depravity. So they're protesting, they want to be heard. And pretty wild that
Hey, James, how
it
you
needs to
doing?
happen. Brian Lilly says new details on the Ford government's actions on the Oakville teacher controversy. It's
So there's
known as
the
Boobs McGee.
teacher. We're
It's likely not enough. They may be
He's been
forced to act
deemed
still, but they
Boobs
did act
McGee.
twice. Details you won't get elsewhere, says Brian Lilly. He's plugged right in. He knows, right? This is a Toronto Sun article. He says it took a week, longer than it should have, but the Ford government at Queen's Park has finally spoken up about the Oakville teacher whose style of dress has caused such consternation. If you haven't seen the photos or videos yet, I'm talking about the transgendered teacher at Oakville Trafalgar High School with the extremely large fake breasts and protruding nipples. Now, again, I don't know what evidence we have to call this person a transgender person. I mean, the board is calling this person a transgender person. So I guess that's enough for the newspaper, right? That's fine. We'll go with that. Even so, being transgender doesn't excuse you from the dress code, I don't think.
So yeah, they tried to claim that the dress code was only for the students, that the teachers weren't subject to the dress code. So a teacher can come in apparently dressed however they want. That's supposed to be okay, or at least according to them at the moment. We'll see if they change that. But
there's a difference between Boobs McGee and Tootsie. There just is.
I think if a female teacher came in dressed
and the protruding nipples thing, it makes a difference. The protruding nipples,
would be expelled.
Big difference. Videos and photos of the teacher surfaced last week, and since then,
give us some hiccups. Sorry about that.
I'm going to say, again, quick pause here. Videos and photos surfaced because students were sharing those on public social media saying, help, basically. Some of the tweets said, I don't know what the school can do. I don't think they can fire him.
No, they can't.
So there's all sorts of things being bandied about.
They're caught in a
catch-22,
right? They have to be accepting. But how
parents
accepting
feeling
do they
like
have to
they're
be?
Not being heard.
Right.
I guess bureaucrats feeling like they're not being heard either.
This is in Canada,
but
Alex.
It's the kids who raised the alarm and took the videos that went viral.
Yeah.
And that's worth noting, and it's kind of glossed over here. Since then, the Halton District School Board has stood by the teacher, at times refusing to answer questions. What about the safety concerns in the woodshop? The HSDB recognizes the
woefully
rights of students, staff, and parents, guardians, and community members to equitable treatment without discrimination based upon gender identity and gender expression, the board has said. So you can say this is my gender expression and wear a strap-on?
Oh, Canada,
is that okay
right?
too? Why or why not? Nothing in the statement should stop the board from telling this teacher that strapping on ridiculously sized fake breasts and pulling a tight shirt over top of them so that the nipples are showing is wrong and needs to stop. This is what sensible people would do. Yes, this isn't about trans rights. This is about dressing professionally in the workplace. Students are required to follow a dress code, which this teacher's outfit clearly violates. When this story broke last week, bureaucrats within the Ministry of Education reached out to bureaucrats in the Halton District School Board. Those conversations went nowhere, with the board maintaining that this is a human rights issue and gender identity, gender expression, and are protected by the Ontario Human Rights Code. That is not that. Those are different things. You're arguing these apples are bananas, and that's bananas.
Yeah.
Falling down the rabbit hole. This is how far down the rabbit hole we've gone. Highly educated bureaucrats charged with educating your children are defending this style of dress as a human rights issue. It's hard to describe how large these fake breasts are, how protruding the nipples are without seeing the photos. Thankfully, most of us can see the photos.
He says nipples a lot.
Brian Lilly's right. It's comically. I said to my mother-in-law, "Have you seen Boobs McGee?" And she's kind of defeatedly looked down. She's like, no.
Well, hold on.
She's like, you're going to show me though. I said, okay, your news hasn't told you about about Boobs McGee yet.
This is worldwide.
I said, to be fair, you might not know.
Now, this is just down there. This is in the city that I grew up in.
School thing. And she said, I haven't heard about Trafalgar.
I used to go and party with people that went to that.
I said, okay, I have to show you. So I walked over and I pulled up my phone and I showed her a picture of the teacher, and she said, what's that? And I said, that's a teacher. That's a woodshop teacher.
A woodshop teacher
in this high school, and I'll show you a picture of this woodshop teacher teaching how to use a chop saw. Now she knows how to use a chop saw for reasons I won't get into, but she definitely knows how to use a chop saw. And she watched this person and she said, well, that's sick. That's sick. What's happening? What is this? And I told her exactly what was going on. She said, well, that shouldn't be allowed.
You say and
she said, I can't believe that's happening.
Unstable now.
And she was fine later, but she just couldn't believe that these things are happening. So, little red pills, I guess. But it's one of those things that the news isn't talking about this. They desperately don't want to talk about this because anybody with sense can see this is an absolute violation of the children who have to participate in this, and the staff who have to sit there and pretend that this is okay. This is a violation. This is not okay. Right? This is absolutely not okay. But yes, it's hard to describe how fake the breasts are, how protruding the nipples are without seeing the photos, often paired with a tight shirt and a pair of bike shorts. This is not a style of dress that any employer I know would find acceptable, nor should the board, or failing the board, the Ministry of Education. On Friday morning, Education Minister Stephen Lisi wrote a letter to Ontario College of Teachers raising the issue from a professional point of view. In this province, in our schools, we celebrate our differences, and we also believe that there must be the highest standard of professionalism when in front of our kids, Lisi told reporters Friday. And on that basis, I've asked the Ontario College of Teachers to review and to consider strengthening those provisions with respect to professional conduct, which we think would be in the interest of all kids in Ontario. Students, parents, and the Ministry of Education have all complained to the Halton District School Board, and they've rejected all comers and have now resorted to claiming that this is a personnel matter and therefore something they will not comment on. A group of a few hundred people gathered in protest outside the high school on Friday, with many of them chanting just say no. The crowd was rowdy and boisterous. No doubt there was some level of anger from this crowd, maybe even some comments that will be deemed offensive. I don't know why you'd include that. Like, what? I saw the video. The people seemed very reasonable. They were protesting for a purpose. The purpose is Boobs McGee. Okay, this is not acceptable in front of our kids. It doesn't matter which lens you look at it through.
The hijab is under fire.
It's not professional.
It's
not what our schools stand for. What the heck is going on in Halton Region, right? Back to the article. It's not the crowd's fault if they're boisterous. It's not the crowd's fault if some people seem angry to the reporter. Like, ridiculous. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah,
it didn't have to come to this. Not if the school and the board had handled this professionally and explained to the teacher.
Paid protester.
You should not need to explain this to the teacher. This should.
It was
dress
funny.
like that.
And then when they were confronted by Rebel
do not
News,
wear to class.
They ran away and. It was a whole
must
thing.
Wear with permission from other people around.
Check out Rebel News.
Not really. I don't own Boobs like that yet.
Good information on this.
I said to my brother, we should be shop teachers for this.
Right,
this
crazy times.
He got it. He understood. Okay.
Are they?
Back to this. It didn't have to come to this. If somebody had explained to this teacher, you don't have to. If only we had explained it. No, this is self-evident. This is not. If only we had explained it, shucks, we'd have avoided this situation.
Possibly
but the first day this person walks in, 10 minutes later, when the principal walks in, and then somebody else to relieve the principal walks in at the same time, the jig is up, right? I've seen that happen. I've been in the class where a couple of people come in and the teacher who was formerly teaching the class is now escorted out with the principal, and the vice principal is now teaching the class. Oh, hi, Mark. Didn't know you'd be here. Oh, hi. Right. So it's very interesting when stuff like that happens. Could have happened here to deal with this situation and diffuse it right away. Didn't happen. And why? What's up, Halton board, right? You have to wonder. Okay, it didn't have to come to this. Somebody explained to this teacher, that giant prosthetics and style of dress were unprofessional and unacceptable. Again, it's not about trans rights.
It does seem
those
like
can be respected while still demanding and enforcing a professional and appropriate workplace and classroom experience.
It puts a different
was right to
spin
ask
on
the
my
College of Teachers to
childhood
address this issue, but if the board continues to refuse to act,
yeah,
he and the
that's
Ford
right,
government will have to do something
in
more to
Iran,
address
they're
the issue.
protesting
Yes.
the hijab.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yes,
was,
they might have to step in more. Somebody sent me
wearing
Leah,
the hijab
and Leah
loosely.
was there. There's a whole
a bunch of women just so it just
bunch of
sparked
pictures.
a total
There's
countrywide
CCTV
protest.
put up, so like there's rolling CCTV. There's a trailer, and they can move the trailer wherever they want, and it's a CCTV camera that they can just run. And the trailer has a little. Sometimes I've seen them without the notification that says this is a CCTV camera and you are being recorded, right? Because they have to notify you that you're being recorded. And so if you see a CCTV camera, closed circuit television camera that looks like it's just there and it doesn't have a notification that you're being recorded, find out, because they have a notification you have a right to know if you're being recorded in a public place. Police can't just record around wherever they want. They can't do that. So regardless,
anyway,
it's very interesting to
this guy.
see. Ontario, we all have a role to play in eliminating Islamophobia and anti-black racism. And I said, can you
Okay, I think that's about it for
struggle in a
Boobs
regular
McGee.
classroom should be an environment suited to
But there is a caveat to Boobs
maddening.
McGee.
Jonathan K says a group
So
of
this,
Toronto District School Board parents has filed a complaint
so this man here,
and are
I'm not
protected
going to
by the Ontario Human Rights Code.
Go back. Apparently, in the previous years, was accused of what do they call it? Toxic masculinity. So this particular person in previous years was accused of toxic masculinity by the school board, I guess, and possibly students. They don't give any information on that. But is this the biggest LARP in the world? Is he pulling one over using their own rules? There's a guy, Alex Stein. He's a comedian, and he goes into the town hall meetings pretending he's a leftist, freaking out about, all the leftist things that they freak out about. And is this an Alex Stein? Is this another Alex Stein? The over-the-top chest, the hair, even going as far as to do unsafe practices and have it be accepted by the administration. Is that what he's doing? I don't want to harp on this too much because if he's doing it, I don't want to ruin it. Like if this is what he's doing, I want to let him take it to the end. But is this man coming in and LARPing them? I don't know what, catfishing them. What's the proper term for that? If he's pulling one over on them. Yeah, right, G. Now, because he's been accused in past of spreading toxic masculinity in previous years. This year he comes in and he's dressed as he is in that image you see now. Is he pulling the biggest Alex Stein? Because it would be awesome. Just going to the ridiculous ends of it, taking it to the farthest extremes, and pointing it out, and getting it pointed out, because he may have even been in contact with some of the protesters before he did this. The article goes on to talk about if this is a LARP, are the students involved? But it doesn't seem like they are. And students wouldn't be well known for keeping their mouths shut. So maybe, hey, B. Freeman. So he may have involved a few of the parents, possibly, to get protests going and to get attention on it. But I don't think he involved the students if it is a LARP. I don't see Dolly. Yeah, that's right, G. You don't see Dolly Parton around power tools for a reason. So let's see, what else have we got? That's Boobs McGee, as he has been deemed. Next up, I have an interesting article, just in Canada for us Canadians, but it does affect the Americans as well. Let's see, put out by Lee Rockwell. Let's see, okay. It says the unvaccinated have won. I don't know that that's really the case. But as of September 3rd, 2022, there will no longer be required a vaccine to cross the border. It was challenged many times, and if you stick to your guns, you can actually get through customs. Flying is a different issue. They will stop you. But as of September 30th, they're apparently going to finish the vax mandate. So some good news. I don't know if it's ended on the truckers yet. Justin Trudeau has been very, I haven't heard anything about the truckers mandate ending. He's been very, yep. Hi, Tanya. He's been very hard on the truckers. Justin Trudeau hates the truckers and continues to require them to have a vaccine to get back and forth across the borders. As far as I know, that may have changed. I'm not sure. So that's good news, I guess. You could call it good news. I don't know. Okay. Diabolical. So that's happening in Canada. They still have the opportunity to bring it back, even though everything we know about them is going on. Yeah, they're still being pushed on schools. Some of our universities are fighting back. But the government has the claim it's not us, it's on the school administration. It was just a suggestion, blah, blah, blah. All the other bullshit that they spew. But they're still pushing forward with vaccines on children and young people. Still advertising vaccines for TV and all that. But I'm not talking bad about vaccines. I'm just telling you what they're doing with them. I'm not allowed to talk bad about vaccines here in Canada. So get vaccinated if that's what you want. All right, my last thing for today this afternoon is a grounding. I have found grounding to be beneficial. Let me share this. Everyone likes to ground. Let's see, where did that go? There we go. Okay. Share. So, can you use the negative ground of a battery as a ground? Or the negative battery terminal as a ground? Yes, you can. Connect the ground to 0 volts. I have trouble in the winter with electromagnetic radiation. So I've discovered something that kind of works. Let me just show you guys what I've come up with. I'm going to suggest it for that people give it a try. Some of you don't feel the effects of electromagnetic radiation directly or acutely. I do. Need more smoke. They've been affecting me, especially since I moved to this city, higher levels here. Stop share. So this is a 9-volt battery. This wire is hooked up exclusively to the negative ground. The negative ground will act as a ground, basically, as if you're outside attached to the earth, which is positively charged on the outside and negatively charged on the inside, and it pulls free electrons off your body. This is performing the same task, the same function, but it's doing it everywhere, whereas grounding using the earth you can only do while you're barefoot. Up here in the north, in the winter, we get all bundled up So we don't really have the opportunity. And nobody really wants to ground your feet into snow, which I don't know if it would even work. So we have to ground different ways. I have grounding wires in the outlets that I use, but I can't always walk around holding a wire or put wires all over my floor. So what you do is you take a 9-volt battery, you hook up to the negative pole of it, a wire. Using a pair of pliers, you pinch that wire tight around there, and you can run a loop. This is for a belt loop. You can see it's very crude. Unfortunately, I haven't refined it. It's comfortable to wear, and that'll ground you out. Up here, we get shocks, electrical shocks constantly. Yeah, water is a good conductor of electricity. Yep. All right, we can do that. And I've noticed some effects from it. I seem to be, grounded clothing would probably be good as well. This is actually, my shirt is silver lined on the inside. So it will be connected to the shirt as well. The shirt may be grounded. I'm not sure. I'd have to check that out. I do have a multimeter. I could check that out. So effects I've noticed is my teeth don't ache, for one, which is a usual winter symptom I get. Number two, I seem to be digesting food much better. Much less waste coming out. That's about the best way to describe it, I guess. Much cleaner. I will admit the first day or so I felt tired, but we were just coming into the season, and my teeth had been aching for a day or so. That can cause a lot of problems and a lot of tiredness and such. But grounding is definitely good for you. So consider making one of those for yourself, especially those of you like me that are up here in the north. And I wrapped it in duct tape to make it all look pretty, just to make it look nice. But I've noticed some beneficial effects to it. I'm constantly grounded. So give it a try, guys. I was thinking of some way to, it is kind of B. Freeman, ground clothing prototypes. That's a good idea. We could come up with a line of clothing. Well, it's smudge break time, guys. Well, you guys, hey, Isabella, think of your next ideas. I'm going to do a smudge. You have a blanket. Awesome. How much was it? Like, those are expensive, right? I should get one. I have silver. I have, copper and nickel lined bed sheets. And hello, Academy of Meaningful Education. I think you've been here one before. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Yeah, let's look that up. See how much those are. Yeah, kind of curious. I do like my good sleep. I do get good sleep under my nickel and copper blankets, but check that out. For shopping. Okay. Hey, Freedom Grower. Grounded mat 37. Earthing heavy cotton blanket, EMF anti-radiation, 271 Canadian, 199 US. 149 US. It's not too bad. $200. Earthing 100% cotton flatbed blanket, 190, 139 US. It's not too bad, up to $200. And you have to be able to make sure that your ground plug is working. I live in an apartment, and oftentimes they aren't working or functional, so you'll have to check that out too. You can get a small device at a hardware store to show you if your ground is working. Yeah, I think that'd be an awesome one. Yeah, you've been here once before. I thought so. Hey, Freedom Grower, good to see ya. How you doing? I'm just discussing my artificial. You got me thinking about this, by the way, partially due to you. You were talking about grounding and all the dirty grounding that we have to do from our houses. Not that I agreed with you, but so I made a device that grounds me 24/7. Hey, mystery schooler. So I created this device. So no matter where I am, I'm grounded. It's been working well so far. I've enjoyed it. You were talking about grounding on one of your shows, so yeah. Hey, how you doing, mystery schooler? This is a free chat. It's not class, so you can talk about whatever you want. Right now, grounded blankets is a cool subject. I like that. I should have asked for one for my birthday. I could have asked for anything for my birthday. And earthing heavy cotton. That one's nice. I like that. 271. Of course I like it. It's the most expensive one. So there, this shows the cables and all that. So yeah, you just hook it up to your ground on your plug. That's awesome. That device is fire. Oh, you're selling them? I could sell them. Have to figure out shipping and stuff. Yeah, underwear is expensive. I have several pairs of EMF protective underwear that I do wear constantly. I wear EMF protection constantly. I can't really even go without it. If you're grounded, does this help in a lightning storm? No. Yeah, you were talking about being grounded and, all the ways to try to get grounded. And I really had no way to get grounded, really on a daily basis or anything, because I live in an apartment. It's freaking cold up here. I don't want to go outside when it's minus 20 and put my toesies on the sand because it's covered with snow. So that's no good. Yeah, these shirts that I buy, they used to be around $60. Now, if I want to buy them, they're $100 a piece. So it's if you're going to get any protection, yeah, get it soon because it's gonna go up. Get Max on camera. He was here earlier trying to get on my lap relentlessly. Since then, he's gone. Max, let's see if he comes. Max, he might. We'll see. You grew up grounded. Me too. I spent a lot of time grounded as well as a kid, Scotty boy. I used to like to walk around without shoes and socks on. That was what I did during the summer. But I wasn't really allowed to leave my house, so there wasn't really anything to be. I'm on the 11th floor. I'm way up high. When I was in Mexico, there was lightning just about every day. The company said it should work, but highly recommended not to use the products during a storm and disconnect them. Okay, thank you for that, Academy. Yeah, he's just doing his thing. Yeah, I don't think that this would protect you from a lightning storm. Um, I don't know, but it seems to have an effect on me that I like. So I'm going to keep doing it. Hey, Scotty boy, how you doing? Ooh la la, the 11th floor. Yeah, I'm on the 11th floor. My apartment number is 1111. Uh, Maybe some numerology to that if you think about it. Maybe uh, some people might apply a meaning to that. Hey, Desert Rose, how you doing? I got grounded to the house for months. Yeah, right. I didn't during the lockdown. My business was considered essential because we make tubs for hospitals. Those tubs that you have a crane to drop people into. But yeah, I was thinking about that. Uh, making these for people because some people might not be able to make them. You know, guess it takes a little skill um, and a little work, and I wouldn't mind making them for people who want them. So anybody that wants one, uh, I'll put up my email. We'll work something out. Here. There we go. Yeah, I'll try and make it. I don't know. As pretty as this one, I don't know. All I have is duct tape. I could do it in a different color duct tape. So that's if you want one, give me a shout. I know that it's I'm not sure. I'll have to check. I don't check my emails as often as I should. Are you using this number? I checked my other email for yours and gave you. Did you get the email where I sent you my this email address? Desert Rose. Oh, could have did lighter. It's a Sunday blessing. Yeah, so if you want one, just contact me at that and we'll work something out. They're not expensive to make. I use dollar store batteries. I could use a really good battery, but I don't think it's necessary. It's not. It's not looped back to the ground. What I have is it's insulated. I have it insulated on the inside. One is connected to the ground, and the other one goes down around the side and hooks underneath so that it doesn't come out. It's there as a to hold it in place. So let me show you. So it'd be like this one. It'd be insulated on the outside, like that, and the bottom, and then the this wire would come back around. Let me show you, like that, and underneath. And it would go underneath so that it has rigidity, so it doesn't come apart. And this would be, I have this over this way. So you put the wire on, clamping it down with a pair of pliers. Oops. Came off. I'll have to redo that. And it goes up and around in a big loop and then down underneath. And then you wrap it again. And that's how that works. Roger, Roger. Okay. Took me THC stuff. I was out. Oh, that's funny. Oh, awesome. Here's my other coffee. Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, it's coffee, hot chocolate, and hot water. It's a very thin blend. Us Canadians were addicted to Tim Hortons. It's a national treasure. They even use our national sentiment against us by putting Canadian flags on it and stuff. Canadians are somewhat nationalistic. We do love our country. We're not as polarized. Well, we have been in recent years, but mostly for Canada's history, we haven't been as much as polarized politically as the U.S. or many other countries. Yeah, I tried that. It was very uncomfortable. So that one just loops on my belt. And seems to help just as it is. I still have leg spasms at night. I think rounded blanket would help with that as well. I'd like to get that underway. Your necklace. Oh, this is a Q-Link. Yeah, Q-Link. I found some effect. It helped. But apparently, they wear out after time. They claim. And it seems like I don't know that there's any point in me still wearing it after the couple of years I've had it. The first years my teeth started aching, I got it, and it seemed to help a bit. Didn't stop it completely, but it helped. Then I started buying clothing. That didn't really help much either. It helped with the feeling of sickness. Like I used to get a sick feeling every fall. And aching skin and just a sleepiness all the time. Oh no, not like yours. I've tried several of them. There's another one that's made out of a pearl colored material. I forget what it's called. I didn't notice any effect of it. It's supposed to be what they use in computers to draw off free electrons traveling around causing problems. I didn't notice it had any effect. This, however, the grounding necklace, that actually works. It may be psychosomatic. I don't know. My wife, I haven't tried it on my wife yet. I have to make her one and see if she'll be a willing subject. I don't know if she's into it or not. She's into several things that I've done. So we'll see. But if you guys want to try it and tell me your results, that'd be awesome. The old one? The mermaid, right. Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll find them on your ankles pretty uncomfortable, Scotty boy. Kind of seemed like you want to repel stuff off, not attract stuff, right? Well, at the moment, Desert Rose, we are attracting, because we're big bodies of water floating around, we attract free electrons that they're sending in the air, and now they have targeted ones. And this will pull off any free electrons. A goat star, yeah. Really? Do you have a link to that? Do you have an image? You can send it to the email I sent, or you can put it in chat here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know they did have a pretty satanic symbol in the past, but I didn't know it was a goat man or Baphomet. Let's check that out. Let's see if we can find Starbucks Baphomet. Let's see here. Oh, there's a few things available with that. Now, I don't know if this is marketing now or if these are from the past. It seems like it's probably marketing now. But it's pretty funny. There we go, 666. Hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan. Oh, here's one where, okay, it's supposedly a penis. That's a good one, I like. Kind of like a cat goat, almost. I don't know, we got some serpents going on the sides. Some of these seem kind of made up. I'm not I'm not too sure on these. There we go. There's the typical mermaid that we see now with the 5-pointed star above, 5-pointed star, 2 tails that may have been serpents. Let's see this image here. Horned devil, Baphomet eating a mermaid. Oh, okay. Early Starbucks logo, inverted. Huh. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's what I say. It's interesting. I don't know if it's true, right? I don't know if those images are marketing for now or if they're actual marketing from earlier. Starbuck was the first mate to Captain Ahab on Moby. Oh, okay. That's interesting. The letter's just done died, guys. You back? Oh, yeah, there was something else I wanted to show you.
What the fuck?
I don't know if you all have seen this or not.
What the? Fuck! Shit! Fuck! Shit! Ugh.
So what I was curious about is if you guys wanted to go and take a look. There was an energy created here, whether this was real, whether it was faked. I'll put up a link to this video, Desert Rose. These are things done in the past, energies that were created. So do you guys think this is real?
What the?
Could be a costume knife.
Fuck! Shit! Fuck!
I find it very disturbing every time I see it.
Shit!
It appears to be the Shiva statue. Right, B. Freeman? Hmm. Yeah, I don't like watching it myself. I'm just thinking. I'm stuck in a thought. Let me stop that. So do you guys think that's real? Did it create energy? How many do we have here? We're losing people. I don't think people want to see that, and I don't want to see that either. I don't think you could have gotten that close to it. Yeah, that's kind of a point there, Desert Rose. But maybe we should go in and take a look and see if there is any energy there at some point. I don't have to do it today. But I was wondering if you guys thought it was real. What do you think of that? Do you think that the energy was altered anyways, no matter what they did? You want to go now? You might as well. There's some great remote viewers here. Okay, let me get my smudge first. Clear different thoughts out of my head so we can concentrate on the energies of that ceremony. There was another target I wanted to do as well today. We'll get to that in a moment. All right, so this is a guided dive. We know where we're going. First of all, we have to find the spot. Then we have to find the type of energy that it created and figure out how to alter it. So our first target is the Shiva statue of CERN. Our second target is the energy that it created. And your third target is how to change the energy, which we may have to work on from your results. So let's take a look. So find the CERN statue. Close your eyes. Clear your mind. And I will pull up On maps, the image of CERN from above. CERN, Switzerland. This is a huge installation. Now let's see. That'll show us where the Shiva statue is. Let's see. There she is. Don't see it. There it is. Okay. Let's see what you guys are getting. Again, please type your responses to what we're doing in all caps. So again, find the statue, the ceremony site, and look at the energy. See what the energy there is. What does it appear to be? What shape? Does it have a color? Movement? I got like a rose with a rose that's growing out of a snake's mouth. Or a snake is eating a rose. Any other clues to the type of energy? Dragons, of course. I always see dragons. Let me take a moment break. Okay. Okay, that's a symbol of some sort. Let's see if I can recreate it. It's got something under here. Might be that. I'm not sure. Okay. How are you guys doing here? Okay. I'm wondering if there's a symbol similar. No, I don't see one. Doesn't mean that one doesn't exist. I got a symbol, something like this. I don't know that it means anything. Put that up prominent. There's more there than that I've drawn than was in the symbol, but anyway. Thought it might have been one of the planets, but I can't see that a symbol similar to that. Could be one of the alchemical elements. Okay. Give you another minute. I'll look something up. I need a table of elements. I have that here somewhere. This is a good thing to get, guys. This is an alchemical table of the elements. It's like the elemental table that you see in science class, but it has the alchemical symbols. Anything similar? There's a couple of symbols it's similar to. Let's see that one right there, maybe. Pisces? Okay. Yeah. Sulfuric acid. Where is that? Right there. I don't know. Can't really see what I saw. Okay, let's see what you guys got. Okay. Get your last responses in. Lunch, cafe, or lunchroom. Okay, that who's getting the lunch? Is it a free lunch? Somebody getting a free lunch there? Underground train or travel, says Smoking NG. Feels more dark than funny part, very serious part, joking. Okay. Shiva is the god, the destroyer. Purple yellow flame. Okay. Sinking pyramid, firewood. Look, but it's not wood. At ritual site. Sinking pyramid. Seeing other dimensions with large angled square lens. Okay. Scotty Boy says group that they are voting on whether or not to do it. Sulfur. says Academy of Meaningful Education. Okay. There's the symbol. We had the symbol for sulfur there. Yeah, sulfuric acid right there. Somewhat similar to what I saw. Mine had a line. I thought there was a line through the middle with a dot on top, but so sulfur would be a good indication, though, if that's what it was. That was probably one of the more similar ones. The lines were curved in my vision, but yeah, I think you're probably right. Sulfur. If that's a independent response there, Academy. Energy is dark to take in, could cause mental stress. Yeah. Energy is dark to take in. Yeah. Gargoyle hand and paw, says B. Freeman. Okay, so we're getting underground. Intuitively getting sulfur planet. Okay. So we have a correlation there. Same time, there are ones laughing, going along for the fun of it, don't understand the true meaning of what's being done, says Scotty Boy. Lattice work leads slightly opened window between mirrors. Well, mirrors are often seen as portals. You could use another symbol to counter it. Possibly. High alchemy heals, even vampiric types. There's something underneath it. Yeah, that was definitely seems to be something underneath. Seeing other dimensions with an angled square lens. Sorry, got a frog in my throat there. Sinking pyramid, purple yellow flame. More dark. Underground train, lunchroom. There's something underneath it. Sulfur you smell when evil is around. Felt was evil or possessed. Okay. I have. Okay. Or when you have to leave the bathroom. Yeah. Saw a version of those two large-eyed owl people things on old cave painting. Okay. Smell death at times can be darkness. Okay, so you have a feel for the energy that's going on there. What we're going to do next, the third part, is we're going to look at how to counter it. And that'll give us some indications. So I want you to clear your mind. We'll do a small smudge. This will be we're hopefully going to get some help from God, whoever, to give us an indication as to what to do to this type of energy. Sure, we can come up with some ideas if God doesn't know or the universe doesn't help us. But they're usually good for some hints. Okay. Did not appear to be as evil as it played. That's interesting. Felt crystal energy, but foreign, though. Smell of death at times can be darkness around. That could be. Owl people, that's... I have there's a place in my city that displays owls. I have high suspicions about it. If you smell sulfur, evil is around. Yeah, I didn't smell sulfur. I just got a symbol very similar to the alchemical symbol for sulfur. This one here, sulfuric acid. Right there. Now, I am familiar with this chart somewhat. Not that familiar that I'd be able to draw out that symbol. Or even have it associated with it. That was entirely given to me. Let's see. Okay, so your next target is how can that energy be altered? So close your eyes. So you're looking at maybe what you saw before, maybe something completely new. What messages do you get? Going to talk to me in symbology today. Okie dokie. Remember, guys, it's important to write down what you see on a piece of paper. It may help you. Okay, whatever that is. Just I'm just getting a rush of images, and I'm going to have to restart in a minute. All right, we'll take a look at those in a bit, Scotty Boy, and maybe you can point the one out. Yeah, I often get images like those, but I don't know what to make of them oftentimes, so I got the chart. What does that mean? Starting to get the same image over and over again, but I don't know what it means. I'll have to see. Maybe. I think you might be right, Scotty boy. Is the symbol on there that you see, or that you saw? Let's see what you guys have got. Get your last responses in. Okay. Getting sulfur planet. Let's see. Saw a version of those two large-eyed owls, people. Okay, that's from the previous one. Sulfur symbols. Purple black background with blue images. There's a grimoire book of shadows with symbols on it. Can't identify it yet. I got a Y symbol too. Out of that, I keep seeing fire symbols are connected to sulfur. You make fire. Use another symbol to counter it, but in your mind, it's strong. Yes. I got the symbol of a like a twisting DNA strand with a crescent moon on top of it, but it was a crescent moon on the bottom, not on the side. I don't see any symbols like that, but ring pass not was the first thing that came to mind. Ring pass not. Intuitively getting believe for the opposite of what they want you to believe. Old book with a heavy convex placeholder, half a crystal ball maybe. Yeah, I wonder if that's like my half moon. Totally feel that the spell has been turned back. Fear is what gives it power, absolutely. That's why we don't fear these things. Shiva symbol carries energy, but not against the soul to control the universe energy. That's, yeah. I did get a symbol, but it's something I've never seen. So I saw like a half moon symbol, upside down, like on the bottom, over a twisting strand. I don't know. Hard to say. Take a look here. There's a Y symbol. There are a few Y symbols. Here's one very similar to a Y that I saw. So that's amalgamation, is what that symbol means. This one right here. Amalgamation. So we're coming together. Let's see, other Y type. I think that's pretty symbolic of it, really. Amalgamation. I don't see a half moon symbol on the bottom. There is this moon symbol here, which is silver. But I think Scotty Boy might be right. Somebody may have already taken care of this. The one above the Y is what caught your eye. Okay, who's that? There. Come on, focus. I like to show you guys these symbols so you know we're not just making it up. Come on, focus, you silly thing. There we go. Digestion. So it's Leo and digestion. Interesting. So the lion and digestion. And the other Y symbols. There's a wick, kind of like a Y. That's the one. So that one was digestion. Rounder, upper, and 3 lines. The trunk part. Okay. There were 3 lines through the trunk part on several of them. The amalgamation has 3 lines on the bottom. Let's get that into focus. Come on. There we go. You can see the 3 lines there underneath. Got some smudge on there. There's another symbol with 3 lines through it as well on the bottom. And 2, one with 2. But amalgamation is the one with 3. It's most similar to what I saw. Amalgamation and digestion, yeah. So I did see a rose in a snake. So sitting on the Ritz. You take that rose, I don't know, take the rose out from the snake's mouth in our minds, or turn the half moon upside down, or change the angle of the mirrors you saw. Even changing the symbol you saw to a different one. Amalgamation. Give me 1 second here. We have to find dispersion. I need a magnifying glass to see these things. So we have amalgamation, Taurus, calcination, solution, dilution, distillation, no, sublimation, separation, okay. I don't know what it's got on there. It looks like cat food. Okay, so there we go. So the M symbol there that's got stuff on it, it's separation. Come on, focus. There we go. Separation. Scorpio. Right there. So if we had amalgamation here, and we have separation over here. So think on that symbol. Yeah, right? The action or process of combining or uniting. As soon as you put the paper close, my YouTube shut off. Yeah, multiple symbols might be mashed together. Better light my sage. So what do we unite? What do we separate? Well, if they're using amalgamation to gather together, well, they're gathering pretty much everything, is what they're trying to amalgamate. Everything into one unit, one global unit, controlled at the top. So if that's what they're, yeah, our energies. They did apparently do a sacrifice of a human. So using that human energies. Scotty agrees. I agree. Powers unite. Yeah, in the past, I have done such things to cause verbal flubs or spills. That seemed to have some effect. We did some work on CERN. That seemed to have an effect. So let's disperse these energies. What you saw, the underground, fill it in. For me, I'm taking the rose out of the snake's mouth and turning the moon upside down, the half moon upside down, so it's a cap instead of being a horn or anything. We're not hive mind. They don't like it. Yeah. Scotty boy against anything unnatural. Yeah. Okay, so go in, take a moment, remember what you saw in the last viewing and change it. You'll intuitively know what to do. That'll just come to you. Your mind will just do what it needs to. You'll see the energy change and just focus on it changing to a pleasant form, one that you like. So go in and see what you saw. Both of my symbols were very similar. The twisting strands with the moon on top, and the snake eating the rose. It was very similar. So I'm going to work on those. I'm going to take that symbol and turn it upside down. Kind of looks like a rocket now. See lots of radiation coming out like a cap. You close that up like a rose hip closing it. So the rose is now eating the snake. All the petals have folded over. gonna blow up the lunchroom. Yeah, maybe our energies make sense as it goes. I agree, powers unite. We're not hive mind. That is important to me, my energy, so I like to protect it. Yeah. Ever seen the undead and evil dead burned back and away? Is that a movie? When our consciousness is connected, very strong energies we could reverse. Yep, I think so. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You got the dismantling of the matrix. Nice. Rose is healing symbol. It carries particular energy. The rose is healing symbol. Yeah. So I got the rose to eat the snake. It was kind of weird. You have rose tattoos. Nice. No evil goo dust. One letter over the whole message goes up in smoke. Nice, Scotty boy. All right. Good stuff, guys. So hopefully the energy changed for you, what you saw, into one more pleasant. I think Scotty might be right that other people have countered this in the past, and this will add to that breakup, hopefully. That's cool. One letter over the whole message and it goes up in smoke. What was the letter, by the way? That was fun and not feeling attacked. No, not this time, eh? We'll have to see. The last time we did a dive on CERN, it seems like our eyes were kind of blocked for a little while. Yeah, whoever them is, right? So many of them now. N. Let's see if we got an N in the alchemical chart here. Well, there's digestion. That's very similar to an N. We looked at that symbol before. Right there, Leo, digestion, and the N type symbol. There's a couple of M's as well, but I don't know which ones were similar to what you saw, if any. N in Russian. Okay. I don't know what that looks like. You feel there's a group to shut them down quick? Yeah, but if we power through, like you guys did, through the rough times, we seem to get those third eyes up and running. I believe the so-called agenda started with, yeah, I think so too. So the closest one that I can see is digestion. If you see something else, I don't know. I don't really see anything. I can see through it, actually. I don't see any other ends. There's an H symbol. So digestion. So the rose digested the snake, right? Just looked like an large N. That was close. So the digestion. Interesting. Yeah, I think it started maybe even earlier than that, maybe. But maybe the current agenda, the plan as it sits now, because they were pretty smart back then. All right, guys, I'm going to shut it down now. Bottle caps. What do you mean by bottle caps? That was a fun dive. I enjoyed doing that. We're going to take a look at the Vatican. At some point, we could do it now. But we did look at the energy in there. My vision was pretty horrible. I saw a chasm and an eagle flying by, and a claw coming up and dragging it down. I don't know if it was dragging it back down into it, or the Vatican does seem to have protection against us. Not that it really stops us, but not that they can really do anything that'll work. So Scotty boy's into it, hitting the Vatican up. I think we'll save that for another time. Much love to you all too, Scotty. Okay, guys. You guys have a great weekend for the rest of it, whatever's left of it. Enjoy your week. Much love to you all. Keep that third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. And if I don't see you before the apocalypse, good luck.